Good afternoon, everybody. I do apologize about the steering wheel and the park shifter being in the front and center. I'll just sort of move over here so I'm not too blocked off by that. But it's a little chilly outside. I don't really want to record outside today, and I want to talk about message. I want to talk about style. I want to talk about purpose. I want to talk about one of my greatest art inspirations and what I aspire to be. So, yes, let's get into it. So, my biggest inspiration in art is Jean-Michel Basquiat, and he's my biggest inspiration probably because of just his overall story. Apart from the very end, I don't really want to emulate that. However, I love the attitude that he takes towards art. I love the way that he really defined what contemporary art looked like in the 80s. I love that what he tried to do for African American artists and depicting African Americans in Western art. So, yeah, he's just a big inspiration to me, big motivation. He kind of came from nothing into everything and then back into nothing, and it's kind of the classic. It's like an amazing, perfect artist story of of what happens. Um, so I was watching a video today about his work ethic, and it was a really educational video, and it mentioned something that is the purpose of this video is, and that is message. He he had a message to bring to the art world. He had a desire to speak to the it people, the people that were in the circle, and that's a very large like part of the art world as it is. And I say the art world without actually even really knowing what the art world is or how to approach it. It feels so impossible. It feels so impossible to reach that. But the way that he wanted to speak to them and bring a voice of African American art to the art world was just beautiful. And so it got me thinking, obviously, what is my message? What is my message as an artist? And what is my voice that I'm trying to communicate? Because I want to be an artist not because I like the action of drawing or necessarily even painting. I mean, and the reason I say it like that is because I'm trying to designate a difference between myself as an artist and somebody, say, that is really excellent at art, but they aren't conceptually an artist. You know what I mean? There's a genre called conceptual art, and I find myself tending to lean more towards that as an artist. I don't care so much about technique. I don't care so much about skill per se. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm saying it's not the most important to me. What's more important to me is the idea of art and the idea of making something and creating something beautiful. That's what's really important to me. That's really attractive to me. And that's really why I want to be an artist in the first place, is because I want to spend my life making beautiful things, and I want to spend my life making things that challenge thoughts and perceptions and make you think about different things. And Basquiat and his contemporaries are examples of that to me. People like Banksy as well. They create impressive, beautiful pieces of work that make you think, make you challenge your beliefs. because I'm a big proponent of challenging your beliefs and examining what you say and what you believe and how you act, and trying to understand, like, is this right? Is this true? Is this actually the best way to be? You know? And so, as I was thinking about my message, for a little while, I've just kind of had it's kind of been an underlying idea that my big message is, like, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. You can overcome any obstacle. It's unfortunately that's kind of just a really simplistic, and it needs more dimension. It needs more detail. It needs more conversation, and it's lacking something. And I think for now, the message that I am toying around with accepting with embracing, well, I don't want to say I'm toying around with embracing. What it really is trying to find the right words to speak to a feeling. You know what I mean? And that's hard. It's hard to, like, have a feeling and then put the right words to it. It's challenging, and that's what I'm trying to do here. But I think, based on the things I'm learning, things that I have learned, my life experience thus far, I think I might change the wording on it, but I think my message is that when you surrender to your purpose as given to you by your Creator, you are capable of achieving and overcoming more than you could ever imagine. I think that's where I want it to be. Because it incorporates that concept of you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it. You can accomplish anything if you just believe you can, and you do the work to get there. But the lessons I've been learning recently have been more centered around, I have a purpose and I have an order to my life, and I need to surrender to that and submit to that. And I believe that it's given to me by my Creator. He's given me a purpose and a mission, and obeying His command in that way, and submitting to His values and directives. That is the place that I want to be, and that is the place that I feel I will receive the most power and ability to overcome anything that I encounter, to achieve anything that I put my mind to. It's not just a blanket, like, you can do anything. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. Like, there's a level of submission that you have to submit to a higher authority, but that is actually an enablement, because being submitted to that higher authority, you receive that power from that higher authority, and ultimately you're able to achieve everything that you set your mind to in order to bring a glory and an honor to the higher authority that you're under. So when it comes to message, when it comes to, like, the question of, so what would you say to the world if you had a microphone and you could speak to the world and say anything? I think I would probably say something like that. So I'm excited to see where how these thoughts turn into art, and they turn into what my art looks like. That's one cool thing about art, is that it reflects the way you're thinking. It's a reflection of the thought processes and the beliefs that you're having. So I think I knew this was going to be a short video. I just want to capture some ideas real quick. So yeah, have a great day.